Well, what's going on, everybody? I've been a while since I've seen you. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Here in Phoenix, it's a beautiful 89 degrees. The wind from the southwest at 6 miles an hour, and this is an awesome day. I hope you're having an awesome day wherever you happen to be. I've got questions today, and I'm going to answer some questions. So if you've got some questions, kind of shoot them to me, and I will get to them maybe at the end of this. But I've got a couple questions that people have been asking, and I'm going to get to those first. And maybe I'll answer some of yours along the way. But at any rate, I've been doing good. I hope you've been feeling good. I've been feeling good lately. My workouts have been good. The weather's been nice, been kind of nice and crisp here in Phoenix. And I feel good. Things are happening. This is my year, and this is, I hope, your year also. I hope good things are in store for you, and you're looking forward to an awesome 2021. Okay, questions that are asked me. The first one's from Hector from Los Angeles. Hector says, how are testosterone levels affected by having a sedentary lifestyle? Now, that's a good question. Sedentary lifestyle goes along with obesity. Those are two things that really affects testosterone. A sedentary lifestyle, usually a person that's sedentary long enough are going to get obese because of a lack of activity. So those are known to reduce your testosterone. When you think about it, your testosterone is what makes you responsible for being aggressive, your sexual function, for you, all the things that makes you responsible to be a man or to be aggressive or to be strong is a component of testosterone. And when you are putting a lower demand on your body, when you're no longer doing anything that requires strength or requires aggression or whatever, your body starts to decrease and it tries to adapt to whatever level that's placed upon it or whatever demand is. So if your demand for testosterone is very low because of your activities or because of whatever you do, then your body's going to say, okay, you don't need a lot of testosterone. We'll just ration that back a little bit. So you'll find it'll just drop because of the way that your activity level, and again, obesity, which means you're going to be using less energy because your body uses a lot of energy to start food and digestion. So it's going to affect your testosterone. If you drop your body fat 15%, your testosterone will increase by 100 points just by dropping your body fat. From where, if you're obese, just by dropping body fat, it's known to do that. And if you exercise, again, that will increase it dramatically. So those are the two ways that if you want to increase your testosterone, start exercising and start changing your diet and reducing that body fat. Other things that affects your testosterone or things like anabolic steroids. If anybody, guys that are athletes, knows that when you take anabolic steroids, it's a synthetic hormone. Now your body has this overproduction of hormones. It's because you have this synthetic hormone you're taking in. Your body has a lot of testosterone that's not natural. Now what happens to your natural production? It starts to decrease and will basically shut off. So your body says, wait a minute, I don't need to produce any testosterone because apparently I'm seeing a whole bunch that's here. Now, what happens when you go off of the steroids or the anabolics? Your testosterone is so low now that guys are depressed, they're weak. You go through, they're sick. A lot of things that happen, that they're depressed for is feeling suicidal. Because when you don't have any testosterone, your strength is low, your libido is low, your sexual function is low. You just feel terrible. So when you take testosterone from a synthetic source, it will make your natural testosterone shut off or decrease. So if you stop testosterone that you're taking and your body's not producing any, then you have like very little or any testosterone in your body. And for a man, that is terrible. If you were in the jungle, you would not have a pride. If you were a lion in the jungle, you would not get anything good happening to you without testosterone. Women are naturally attracted to men that have higher testosterone levels. They have found that even if it's not measured, if there are two males in a room, somehow women can test and sense the one that has the higher testosterone. Not necessarily that they're more muscular, but there's something about the testosterone level that makes you the natural selection when it comes to an environment, when it comes to mating. So testosterone is very important for those purposes. So anabolic steroids are going to decrease your testosterone, low T. Another thing is a lack of sleep or not getting adequate rest. If you're not resting well, then your body's energy level is going to go toward the most vital areas. your brain, your heart, your lungs, all of your vital organs are going to need energy, and your body's going to ration it to those areas first. And you notice if you don't sleep well, even your brain gets foggy. You're tired. Your muscles are weak. So if you're not getting enough to supply the vital organs, then you're clearly not getting enough just to generate and produce testosterone. So sleeping more will increase testosterone. Another thing that's been known to decrease testosterone is hair loss treatments. For whatever reason, this is research, hair loss treatments, they will lower the level of testosterone in males. So sometimes it's better to just be bald and vital and virile or whatever than to, have a head full of hair and impotent or whatever, can't get it up. So those are the things. And using medications, lack of sleep, steroids, and pain medications will decrease testosterone. They found that if you take medications for pain, if you have a pain issue, that will also decrease your testosterone. So those are the things you want to keep it up, keep that testosterone up, just work on those particular areas. All right. Okay, I hope that worked for you, Hector. All right, John from South Dakota said, is it healthy to drink Monster drinks? He drinks up to 16 per day. I don't believe anybody drinks 16 Monster drinks per day and live. He drinks a lot apparently per day, and he doesn't eat much solid foods. He usually eats bags and nuts and grains and things like that. Well, Monster drinks contain, just for 8 ounces, every 8 ounces contain 28 grams of sugar. So 28 grams of sugar. So usually Monster drinks are at least 16 ounces. So you're talking about, 60 grams of sugar or more you're getting just in a serving. And if you think about how many servings you have per day, that can be over 300 grams of sugar. That alone is unhealthy. So even though it can give you that energy boost because sugar gives you a rush, that's one thing that happens, a lot of sugar, but also contains caffeine and other components that are stimulants for you. But they found that in emergency room sessions, when people go into emergency room, many times if they're drinking a lot of Monster drinks or energy drinks, they'll find that it's associated with their health in a negative way. And if a person would decrease those, then they'll find that their health would be restored. And in fact, more than 1/3 of the energy drinks are consumed by teens and those in college years. So kids are drinking a lot of Monster drinks. They're very popular for energy or for whatever reasons, but it's not a very healthy way to live. Even though we like them, they give you energy, but they're just not very healthy. The nutritional advantage to you is very minimal. Okay? All right, Garrett, let's see here. Where am I? What is the best drink? This is William from Chicago. What is the best drink after a workout? Water or sports drink or whatever. For me, water is one of the best things you can have. As far as consuming anything, the body craves water. Nothing more. Now, there's other things you can do. You're not going to just have water. You're going to have different things, but water is number one. Water is king. You drink enough water, you're going to be a lot healthier than limiting your water intake and trying to drink other things to replace it if you feel thirsty. I used to drink a lot of Gatorade and things like that when I found out that the sugar in Gatorade and the artificial colors and the sweeteners and all those things made it unhealthy. Even though it did quench the thirst, there were better ways. Water always trumps it. So after I work out, I'll have creatine. I usually have creatine before I work out and after I work out. So just 5 grams of creatine in just water, about 10 ounces of water. And I drink a lot of water during my workouts. I'll drink probably a quart of water during a 1-hour workout session. So I'm getting water during it, staying hydrated, but afterwards I'll drink water. I'll have creatine. The next best thing I would say after a workout would be a whey protein source. These are like really pure whey protein, because there's a lot of whey proteins that's not the best for you. So get a good whey protein source. So those are the ones I'd recommend. Now, there are a lot of post-workout nutrients out there, and the companies make a lot of money by giving you these pre and post, and they have a lot of celebrities endorsing them, but I don't think there's a huge benefit in it except to the ones that are selling it. I think it's the ones that benefit the most from a lot of the supplements that are pre and post. Though I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback from a lot of guys out there because they really believe in those, but this is my opinion. All right. Okay. So foods that are grown with let's see, where am I? Next question. This is Garrett from Buffalo, New York. Explain if there's any benefits to organic, and why is it important to buy organic, or is it just plain hype? Now, organic are foods that are grown without fertilizers or pesticides, or animals that are not given antibiotics or hormones, and they're usually free range where they're able to live and graze, and they're grass fed. So those are what or organic foods, things that are not tampered with as much by the environment. I go into most of my food stores where you can buy chickens. The chickens are so huge now, I'm afraid. I mean, they're like turkeys. Chickens don't naturally come that size. And not just that, but every chicken, all of their chickens are huge, not just one or two. So clearly they're coming from an assembly line somewhere, and I don't know, I don't want to even imagine how they get them that big. But to me, that's unnatural. Chickens don't naturally come that way on a consistent basis. So somewhere they're being fed to increase that size, because of production. But it doesn't say organic. On those chickens that you see that size, it does not say organic. But the one that says organic are usually smaller chickens. They're usually, and you have to look for that. There are some labels that you have to look for when you go to the grocery store that will say organic. Now, when it comes to organic, besides knowing that it's better for your environment because you're not having the pesticides and all the fertilizers and stuff in the soils, and the animals are treated better, so for animal rights and those things, organic is much better. But from a nutritional standpoint, when they measured the nutritional value, the nutritional content, they didn't notice a great difference between conventional meats or products and organic. Just nutritionally, there wasn't it was twice the protein or some huge source. So they noticed a lot of ingredients that were negative when they tested the foods. So there wasn't a lot of contaminants that I found that I thought would be in there, since they're being fed certain things. There wasn't in certain studies a big difference. Now here's the thing about studies. Studies, you can't trust every study, because sometimes the studies are done by people who sell the conventional products. They do their own studies, and they put them out there. So, it's going to be a mix of those studies versus studies that are really non-biased. So you kind of have to look around and go with your gut on a lot of those things like that. Now, I buy organic as much as possible. I think organic is better. I grew up, in a farming and community where everything was fresh. So I know that there's a difference when you buy fresh fruit that have been ripened because they've been on the tree versus the ones that are picked green and ripened because of the aging process. Sometimes things are picked green and it ripens by the time it gets to the store because it's just through aging it becomes ripe. But then it lacks nutritional value as opposed to the ones that are picked ripe from a tree. If you pick a fruit from a tree and it's ripe, it's got a lot more nutritional content than the ones that just ripen because of aging. So I know there's a difference, but growing up where I grew up, there's a difference between having natural and organic foods. Great questions. Let's see here. Darren from Denver. Wow. Darren from Denver. Can I achieve the same fat burning effects as cardio through intense weight training minus any cardio work? Okay. Now, cardio, if you do cardio, you're going to burn more calories by doing cardio than you will with weight training. You'll burn more calories with cardio than with weight training. But with weight training, your metabolism is raised for a much longer time after you finish, so that you're burning calories even after your workout. So that means to me that I probably burn more calories from the workout, as a result of the metabolism being raised after the workout, than I did actually during the workout. So to me, there's an advantage of doing the weight training and getting cardio from that. Now, I'm the guy that does not do any cardio at the moment. I'm guilty of not doing cardio. I do it occasionally, but the reason that you do cardio, just like the question that was asked, would be fat burning. And I don't have that issue where I want to burn more fat. If I did want to burn more fat, I probably would increase and have maybe 30 to 45 minutes or maybe an hour cardio session 3 times per week if I wanted to burn more fat. But my workouts right now are such a high pace and a high intensity that I'm burning fat. My heart rate is up the whole time. If you watch my workouts, I'm breathing hard, and it's like it's moving. It's moving for the entire time. So I get a lot of cardio benefit from my weight training. Now, another advantage of having weight training as opposed to just doing strictly cardio is the weight training gives you the muscle strengthening, the muscle toning, the muscle building. It increases the definition in other areas of the body. Whereas cardio tends to work again on the cardiorespiratory areas, and you burn energy, but you're not really getting the benefit of muscle tone and strengthening and the definition that you might get from doing weight training. Now, I just did a session last week. Actually, the last two sessions I did, and if you go back onto my feed, you'll find I did a session where I combine the treadmill with dumbbells, so you can build upper body strength and endurance and muscle tone while you're walking on the treadmill. There's a series of exercises I showed you how you can build strength as you're doing your treadmill. There's about 8 different exercises that you can do. And then in the park recently, I was out doing bands, exercise bands. Again, this is a way that you can burn calories, burn fat, and still tone the muscles. So that was another session that I did there. And those are probably 30 minutes to 45-minute workouts, depending on, how many sets and reps you do. But those are great ones for doing that. Okay, cardio, that answers that one. Okay, what's the best exercise for fat burning or for males 30 and older or 40 and older? The best fat burning exercise for males 30 or 40 and over. It's high intensity workouts. If you want to burn fat, you've got to increase the intensity. So high intensity can be where you're pushing hard. Let's say if I'm doing a shoulder press, if I'm pushing hard, I may push real hard for like 12 reps. And after 12 reps, I can't do any more. I'm pushing, and that's all I can do. And now my heart rate is up, and I'm burning. And then I'm going immediately to a cardio exercise. I may get on the bike and go real fast for maybe 1 minute, for 60 seconds, really pushing hard on the bike. On the treadmill, I'll sprint for maybe a minute on the treadmill. And now that increases my cardio, at least my cardiorespiratory rate really high. So it's very intense. And then I may rest for 30 seconds. And then I go to my next weight training exercise, and I'm pushing it, whether it's curls or squats or lunges or whatever it is. I would do again about a minute on that exercise, and then follow up with immediately a cardio routine, whether it's ropes, when you're doing your ropes, or you jump rope, and do it for a minute and going quickly. That's why I say high intensity is best. The high intensity burns fat better than just maybe doing low, slow walking exercises or mild lifting. So everything has to be intense, and the more intense, the more you're burning calories, the more you're building muscle, the more you're increasing your testosterone, and it's overall, I think, healthier with high intensity training, especially as guys get to be over the age of 40. And here I am at 64, and I tell you, I love the high intensity exercises. I don't have a problem getting up every day and working out. A couple reasons. One, I know and I see the benefits of what it does to my body and my health. So I'm sold out. I've been doing this for a while, and I know it works. And two, I'm motivated because I know that, like when I was in my 40s, I didn't see 60-year-olds or 64 or 65-year-olds that I saw that was inspiring to me. Someone that would inspire me and say, that is what I want to look like. I want to do what they're doing. I want that to be my model for my health as I age. And that's what I'm hoping to do with you. I hope that I'm inspiring you with what I do. My goal is to inspire the world. That when someone looks at whatever age I am, I want to set a new bar at that age. That's what it looks like at 60. That's what it looks like at 65. Or that's what it should look like at that age. As opposed to seeing 60 or 65 at whatever age you normally see it, and it doesn't look healthy. So, I work out because I want to make the difference. I want to be that inspiration that when someone looks at that and they see that you don't have to, at a certain age, look terrible or not good or feel good. You could be healthy and vibrant and be attractive. So those things are important. All right. Okay, now let's see. Is there a best way? Well, I'm going to get into those. I want to go to your questions now because I got to go in just a minute. I got to go and pick up my son. So I'm going to try and go to your questions for a moment. I saw a couple of you come up with some questions. So give me a mo and let me go on and find out what you've been been saying. I love to hear from you guys. I hope it's good to see that you're out there. And I like your support. I appreciate you supporting me. Okay, come on. Where are we? Come on. There I am. Good. All right. Let's go to your questions and see who's watching. I know you're out there watching. I hear you breathing. Let me go to my... All right, huh? No comments? Come on, this has got to be this can't be right. No comments? I must have did well on my questions. Nobody asked questions or any comments. Cool. All right. Well, if you have any questions, you can also shoot them to me on here on the comments, or you can message me or however you get to me. But I hope that you're having a great day and that you're staying healthy and staying safe. I'm looking forward to great things happening with you this year. Post your exercises. What are you doing? Post your diet. I like to see what you're doing out there and how I can help you, because that's how I thrive, by just really helping others. And that's going to do it for our session for the day. Whatever you do the rest of your day, make it as awesome as you are. And if you're interested in the exercise programs, go to drgenejames.com, drgenejames.com, and there's a couple of different exercise programs that you can choose, and I'll have more coming soon. All right, guys, take care.